Zoe, this is my Mandaean duck recipe, which it gets its name from the spice mix here. Clove, coriander, pepper, ginger, cardamom and sweet paprika. Those 6 together make the spice. Now what I've got, of course, is my duck, a lovely duck, and I'll just take it out of the bag here. What I've done is I've taken the wing off it and the neck, and when we season up, I always make sure we've got plenty of salt down the cavity there. And if you've got the pepper, if you can put some pepper in there as well, and of course plenty of salt on the outside. Salt loves meat, meat loves salt. That's what goes together really well. I say it all the time, don't I?
You certainly do.
And what I'll do is I'll just spin that around there and we make sure we season the back. Because it's the back of the duck doesn't mean we don't season it. Got to make sure there's plenty on there.
Absolutely, get the flavour everywhere.
Exactly. And what I do is I've got my pan here nice and hot. You can see it smoking away. I'll just pop my duck straight in here. Now I've got a clove of garlic there, some turmeric. If you can
I love all these spices. I mean, they've got anti-inflammatory qualities to them. The flavour's amazing, antioxidant.
They're all in there. Now, if you can just...
Adrian's like, whatever.
All those healthy things. Now, if you can just put half of that turmeric in there, and there we go. I'll put the spices in there. And what we do is make up a spice mix that we use to rub on the duck and marinate it as well.
That smells amazing. I actually add turmeric to my juice every morning.
There we go.
I've got my dad onto it. My dad's got a little bit of arthritis. I've got him onto it.
They say it's good for that. And I've even heard that if you cut yourself, it's an antiseptic as well. That's one of the things I've heard.
Nature is amazing.
There we go. But I reckon a bit of mercurochrome's even better. It stains your fingers like mercurochrome, and that's one of the reasons, Zoe, why I got you to do it.
Maybe there's turmeric and mercurochrome.
There is, maybe that's what it is. Well, I'm just going to throw this coriander, about a bunch of coriander, nice and finely sliced. There we go. And I've got some pomegranate molasses, which I know you like.
Beautiful.
Now, back to the microplane, Zoe. I want you to microplane the orange on there and the lemon on there as well. Squeeze the juice in there and keep half of the orange and the lemon for stuffing in the cavity of the duck. Now, the pomegranate molasses, I'll pour that in there. Let's say it's about 1/4 cup to 1/2 cup. It's really strong. It's got that sort of tart sort of flavour. I think it's delicious.
And pomegranates, you know, they contain the vitamin C, but these are really common ingredients through the Middle East. I mean, I haven't travelled much through the Middle East. I've gone to Israel, which I found incredible for a wedding, but just it's this kind of cuisine which I find so dynamic, so interesting.
You just get excited, don't you?
I do.
Now, what I'm going to do is turn my duck over like this, and you can see the pan, it's rendered down a little bit, and it's actually glazed. I've got a nice colour on the outside, which is what I want. There we go. I'll grab this half here, and I'll squeeze this straight in there for you, and straight in there like that, and I'll get a lot of juice coming out of there. There we go. And I'll grab this orange and pop it into the vent there. It helps to flavour the duck as you're actually cooking. There we go. I'll cut that in half for you. It's good teamwork, isn't it? I'm cutting your... There we go.
It's like we've done this before.
We've done this before. There we go. Squeeze that straight on there like that. And the other half of the lemon straight in there into the vent. Now, this is the fun part. That's it. Mix it around. It looks great, doesn't it?
It really does. Can I try it?
You can taste it, yeah. It's really strong in flavour. But you can imagine...
amazing.
You can imagine once it's cooking with the duck for a while. Now, the important thing is to pop some of it into the cavity here like this. There we go. And then with the rest of it, I'll just spoon it on the outside. There you go. Smear it all around. And then as it's cooking, I'll baste it again a couple of times and all the juices will sort of render out of the duck. I'll get you to take that away. Now, what I'll do is I'll very carefully pop the lid on. Now, this will go into the oven at 180 degrees Celsius, Zoe. It'll take about an hour to cook, and then we'll take the lid off and let it cook for about 45 minutes. The duck will be cooked to perfection. Oh, I can't wait for you to try this one, Zoe. There you go, Zoe. The duck's all cut up and I've got my sauce here. The trick with the sauce is, of course, to take the fat off the top. A lot of fat renders off the top of that duck there.
Wouldn't you use that for chips or something like that, Adrian?
Now you're talking. Some Middle Eastern fried chips would be very, very delicious to have with this. But pumpkin would be great, yeah. Now what I'll do is I'll get a little bit of watercress, twist it off at the back here. Normally you'd serve it with a couple of radish on the side here like this to make it nice and tasty.
Fresh and clean.
It does look great. And to keep in with you, it's one of those big dishes that you put in the middle of the table and tuck into. Now, I'm just going to go straight in here to the duck leg. See how the leg just falls apart?
Beautiful.
This is a great method of cooking duck in the oven and to guarantee it becomes nice and tender and moist. And like you said before, you can use any sort of spice or any sort of ingredients to flavour the duck, but it's nice and sweet, isn't it?
It is incredibly moist. All those spices are fantastic. The pomegranate molasses is quite prominent. I really like it. Radish, I think, is a great idea as well. Get that spice in there. Not much more you can say with a radish in your mouth, can you? Adrian, it's delicious.